Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
I see that Snoop hasn't said a whole lot about what happened and why he did what he did. But oh my God, he got raked over the coals. I mean, he got raked over the coals. And when I say that other people should have publicists and everything to speak for you and everything, you should wait and let them do it because he did what he did, but most people are looking at pulling up stuff, man, that was in the past in like 2016 in their first term, and they play videos of old Snoop talking big time stuff about he ain't nothing, he ain't this, he ain't that, and he would never do anything. And then they played it back to him and to some of the other folks out there. So this is what he said back then. Now all of a sudden, it's okay to do this. The same thing that happened with Nelly. He opened his mouth and he did not really understand that he needed somebody to at least inform him and say, Nelly, he's the first part of his speech was okay. The first couple of sentences was okay, but he kept on talking. And the more he talked, the more he put his foot in his mouth because he first said he's not a political person, and then you get into about the middle part of what he was saying, and politics was starting to dominate his whole daggone conversation and what he was telling people. If you ain't into politics, why are you talking about it now? So sometimes you should say something and shut your mouth. If he had took that first 2 or 3 sentences and then shut up and then say another word, he might have been okay. But he didn't. And he kept sticking his foot in his mouth every time he said something. So
Well, I saw one rapper, he put all his money out there on Facebook. He said, I did it for the money.
hey, be honest.
Well, he said, I did it for the money. He said, Obama didn't pay me, Kamala didn't pay me. He said, Trump paying me.
Be honest.
Yeah, he said, I did it for the money. They want to be entertained.
At least he's honest.
It looked like he made about, who knows, I don't know. It was $100 bills he was flashing.
At least he's honest. Be honest about it. He told the truth. And sometimes he might get some backlash, but then there's other people who respect his honesty. I did it for the money, man. And come out and say it. I did it for the money. And that's it. So we have to
we're the black people, man. We set a whole lot of standards, political, social, and all those standards there to me. And it's because of where we came from and the situations that we had to battle. So now we got all of these different ideologies within our own group. So, but my philosophy is this: do what you want to do. You're a grown person. It's a free country.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I agree with it or not. A lot of people would disagree, but do you? Mm-hmm. And then let the chips fall where they may.
Absolutely.
So that's it. To me, it wasn't no big deal. I don't. The one thing that I can say about this that really ticked me off when he did it. You remember MC Hammer?
Mm-hmm.
MC Hammer was hot, bro. He was hitting it. He was having all kind of commercials. He was all on concerts and TV shows, coming on the talk shows, all of that. And this is when Snoop Dogg just was, getting famous. You know what he said? He's a sellout. He's a sellout. And you know what happened? His popularity went down. MC Hammer. Don't mean that he still wasn't making no money. He was still making money. But he was because he was bringing out, look, Too Legit to Quit and all of that stuff, and I mean, he was doing it. And he
Hammer
employed
Time.
Hammer Time. He was
Hammer Time.
200, something like, I think it was like 200 or 300 people he was paying a paycheck to. That's what got me. And then I look at Snoop and where he's at now. And I'm not going to say he's a sellout, but he's taking opportunity to make money. Martha Stewart. Come on, bro. The Olympics. Come on, bro. All kind of commercials. He's got 2 or 3 commercials out there now.
He's selling alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah. He got wine on the shelves of grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
So the point is that we as a people, for the most part, and I'm not saying all of us, but a lot of us are into entertainment, whether it's rapping, acting, singing, concerts, speeches, all of that. That's how a lot of us make our money. That's how a lot of us make our money. And you cannot, this is Michael Jordan. What did Michael Jordan say? He said Republicans buy gym shoes too. So there it is. It's all about the money, bro. It's all about the money. What kind of money I'm making. Shoot, you got these doggone, some of these white actors, man, you don't even hardly hear about them. Next thing you know, they're worth $150 million. So we got to make the money where we're going to make it. Taraji said, what did Taraji say? They don't pay me. And the star of the show, the boy, he got over $10 million for the movie. She only got $150,000. And she got an Academy Award nomination. These people got to make the kind of money their careers don't. Athletes' careers anywhere between 3 and 3 years. That's the average. Some people last obviously longer. A person that's a concert, they fame, you might be hot and get your 15 or 20 minutes of fame, and you last for 2 or 3 years, and that's it. You gone. Some people last and on and on and on, but you got to make your money when you can make your money. A year from now, 2 years from now, nobody might not even know, thinking about Snoop Dogg. So I don't have no problem with it. I wouldn't do it. That's just me. I wouldn't do it. If I was a famous rapper, no, I wouldn't do it. Not the way I think now. It's just principle. Do what you want to do. It's a free country. You're an adult. You don't need my permission. What you got, bro?
Well, in your time when you're doing stuff, and I'm looking at this, I'm looking at Diaper Don, and he just moved himself into the White House again, and everybody's looking at him, say he's experienced now. He knows exactly what to do. He knows how to command things, and he's not going to commit those same mistakes that he did when he came into office. But Ted, look around him and see what the heck he is riding in on. Everybody around him is changed. It's not the same group he had when he first moved in, but when you pick somebody to as your partners and your sidekicks and your buddies and all that who are going to come in and do the things that you've been telling folks that you want to get done, make sure that these people are together when you walk them into the White House. Now, he knew that Musk was a damn fool. When he was campaigning with him, he was a damn fool. But it didn't make him look very good when Elon got up there and did that Nazi salute.
I thought they said it was a Roman salute. That's what they say.
It looked to me like that. Well, they trying to soften it. It looked like a Nazi salute.
To me too.
But sometimes they would cover stuff up, and so it doesn't make you think that it wasn't what it actually was. But the people who actually saw it and looked at it, just like you and I did, it was a Nazi salute.
Yeah.
And he's already trying to cover up for this man. Got rid of, even though I don't like the man, but I think he would have brought some intelligence to his whole group of folks around here. He done walked that man out the door. Vaxawami is gone. They'd have ran him out. Ran him out. Now, when his MAGA folks was attacking Elon and him, this man, I read that thing, man. He put that thing together real nice. You can tell that man is educated. But they threw him out. Threw him away. And you're going to bring that same stupidity with you that you left out of there with. You brought him in and you left out with him, and you're coming right back in there with the same stuff. I guess he figured that because he got put in office that whatever he had before, he can continue to use that and he's going to stay in power. I don't see it. He has set himself up for a big fall, but as some of them say, he's a decent communicator. And how he communicates, I don't know, because some of the things he does is just absolutely dumb, idiotic. And he said he was going to come in there and he was going to put these executive orders into place.
And he did that.
And he did that. Didn't do all of them, but he did that. But when you put out executive orders, guess what happens with them things? They are what? They are temporary. They don't stand for the test of time. They are not part of the law. They are temporary solutions. And most of those temporary solutions don't do a damn thing. And people are looking at that stuff like it's the daggone gospel. Oh, he did this. The only thing that's going to last and that's going to be was his commutation of those criminals' crimes. The ones who came up there, traitors for this country, and he released them out there into the wild again.
1,500 of them, bro.
He released them back into the wild so they can continue to do what he wants them to do. Create havoc out there in this country. What are we going to do? That's the only thing that I saw that really, really, really hurt. Out of all the things that he said, that's the only thing I thought that would really hurt. All the other stuff that he said, you're going to bring all the government employees back from their home and they got to come back to their office. How are you going to do that? These people have been out at their home doing their work for almost 6 years now. And he's going to bring them back into the office. How are you going to do that? Do you understand what you just said? Do you understand the magnitude of what it's going to take to bring these people back into the offices? Because guess what? GSA probably done got rid of all them daggone buildings, all the furniture, everything that they had in those buildings when they had those employees there. And they're going to have to put all them things back. And he's creating a problem and stuff because a lot of these people and stuff and everything, they at home and their efficiency has gone way up. But you start telling them, well, you got to come back and you got to pick the ones who got to come back into office and everything. Guess what's going to happen? They ain't going to be very happy. And you talking about a big mess that's going to happen. By the time he straightened that mess out with them people and all the other stuff going on, it turned going to be up. All he had to do was to ask some of them folks, Ted, in the private industry, what happened when they tried to bring them people back to work. It didn't work. They had to leave them people back out there to do their work outside the offices. They had to leave them. It did not work. But he gonna sit there and people gonna look at it and he gonna make that work. It ain't gonna work. Private industry done tried it already. They got employees that are sitting at home now, and these companies are not bringing them back to the office. They tried. It didn't work. Somebody should have whispered in his ear, Daddy Trump, Daddy Diaper, this ain't gonna work. Try something else. Now, he done removed us from the climate agreement.
Yeah.
He done removed us from the climate agreement. Ted, that got to be the stupidest thing nothing but his stupid ideas that he's thinking about. Now, everybody in the world, even in this country, are feeling the effects of climate change. You got to attack this stuff, buddy, and carry on and keep on going. Instead of moving away from it, you need to dig deeper into it because if you it has ruined this country already. It has ruined the world. They got so much crazy stuff going on. The seas is rising. We got snow here in Atlanta for the second time.
It's snowing in Florida, bro.
It ain't never happened before.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, in Florida, Louisiana, New Orleans, all of it. Snowing like I'll get up. It's because of climate change. And this fool is backing out of it. And everybody's okay with it.
The only thing I heard him say, and I was clicking through the channels, drill, drill, drill. That's what I heard him say. My thing is, Ed, I'm listening to the business people.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the telltale.
That's it.
And
Every industry, Ted, just like you just saying, every industry have reduced their carbon footprint.
yeah,
These companies and stuff, Ted, are building farms and stuff and everything, huge farms with these solar panels in it to supply the energy for their computer system, for their servers and stuff out there in the wild. They aren't going back to the fossil fuel crap. But his thing is what? Drill, baby, drill. That's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And these folks are sitting around there laughing and saying, it's okay. You need to be moving away from this stuff. It's tearing your climate up. It's tearing the planet up. Save us. Now, who did he have sitting up there on the rostrum with him when he did I heard he had some of these business executives sitting up there on the rostrum with him when he was
had a
giving
bunch of them.
when he was giving his speech.
Had a
And
bunch of them.
yeah, he had my boy up there, a Cook up there from Apple.
Cook was there.
Cook was
From
there.
Apple?
They said Cook was there. He was up there from
CEO.
Apple, the CEO of Apple, and they sat up there with him, and he's telling them about all this old crap about climate change and all the other stuff, and they sit down and smiling. I think if I had to look in these folks' mind, and they said he said something about, oh man, what did he say? He said something, and Clinton laughed at him. Hillary bust out laughing. I forgot what they said he said, but they said he bust out laughing.
American Golf Coast. I think that she was laughing at that. Changing it from Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico instead he wants to name it.
Oh yeah, he making the Gulf of America. Oh okay, yeah. They start laughing at it. But Ted, are we missing something? I'm thinking to myself, we got to be missing something.
We're not missing anything. This man
Yeah,
is
now how can you sit there and look at this man and believe what he's saying and sit there? Silence is consent. You sitting there.
You said it. You said what now? Silence is what?
It's consent.
So they're consenting what he's saying.
They're consenting to what he's saying. But in their business model, none of that stuff that he's saying are they doing. None of that stuff he's saying. And guess what, Ted? He says he's putting off this tariff thing until the 1st of February.
What you think? What's the goal there?
It's dead.
It's dead?
It's dead. If you go back to his stuff that he did when he was first in office, he said something real stupid, and eventually he just left it alone and it went away. And that's what he's hoping this tariff shit does. He wants it to go away. Well, I'm going to put a study and have my people do a study on tariffs. And I have a committee and stuff who's going to be collecting the tariff money. He wants to make people believe that this stuff is going to happen. And he knowing good and damn well, it is not going to happen. That tariff crap is out the door. And guess what? He gonna keep on saying, well, we're gonna put it off just a little bit longer. We're gonna put it off just a little bit longer. February 1st come around. He ain't gonna do nothing. And then somebody in the news media gonna ask him, "What is Crab stuff at?" And he gonna come back down there. We still studying it. My people is coming forth with some ideas, and we will soon be doing. We be telling the American public what we're gonna be doing.
Well, you know, we're out of WHO, World Health Organization. We give billions of dollars to them as far as helping people around the world. Pretty soon they're gonna stop giving to the money as far as helping the people in the world for the money market. So we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of things that have to come to the head, especially in the business world, because a lot of these things, these people depend on America to support a lot of these countries so that they can have their business in their countries. Because if we're giving money to these people so that we can have a market share, when I say we, I'm talking about these international companies.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got over 700 military bases around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 700 military bases around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what is that for? To protect our interests. And when I say interests, I'm talking about these international corporations and these people that are Americans that's in these other countries, working in these companies like a Microsoft, like a General Electric, all of that.
Mm-hmm. And also,
General Electric got 150,000 people working overseas, bro.
And you also have to protect your State Department, all of your ambassadors and stuff and everything, and that are in these countries and stuff and everything, your embassies.
Yeah.
Those things are protect those embassies just in case there's an attack or whatever. You can go right there and pull your people out of these embassies and stuff without it having
and
without
getting them out
having
of
to
there
bring.
if they have
Absolutely. You immediately giving them protection and stuff and everything being there. You have to have those things there. And this stupid ignoramus doesn't understand this. He does not understand it. But Ted, while you're doing this stuff, what is going on behind the scenes that he ain't even thinking about? He ain't realizing. These daggone gooks, them Chinese, is out there filling the gap in.
Was that a Florida slip?
They filling the gap in. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I'm sorry.
Forgive us.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me for using my slang. but but most of the people understand. it just slipped out.
Go ahead with your thought, man. I mean, that was funny. Oh, that was.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, as we are taking ourselves away from all these organizations, these people are coming right in and filling in the gaps.
Yeah.
They fill it in the gaps.
Oh, absolutely.
So now what happened? They start filling in the gaps and they putting that money out there. Guess what's going to start happening? They're going to start trusting them more than they're going to trust us.
And they want the Americans to get out.
Absolutely.
Y'all ain't doing nothing.
Y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't giving us nothing. You are not enhancing our lives at all. Get out. And what is he going to,
you know, our government.
And what is he going to do when that happens? He's going to sit there like a stupid ignoramus and stuff. Yep, I'm going to get out. And these folks up there in Congress, they know what the heck getting ready to happen. He'll keep installing these dumb son of guns in there who are going to be doing his bidding. and they are not going to do anything about it. They're not going to open their mouth and say anything about what the heck is going on and alerting the American people about what the heck is happening. See, you have taken our country and isolated us. We are isolated out there by ourselves. And if he's looking for Putin to protect him, he's fooling himself. You think Vladimir Putin is going to protect him? Guess again, Daddy Trump, Daddy Diaper. Diaper Don. oh, oh my goodness. I don't know, Ted. I'm just sitting here and it's I think we back in during the election time or whatever, the folks out there were alerting this country about what the heck is going to happen. But also, the people who were in the know understood that even though these ignoramus wanted to enact all this stuff, that the people around him are going to have to be knowledgeable enough and everything to put forth this stuff. Now, I'm telling you what, this old boy who's in charge of this deportation, Stephen Miller, he ain't playing. He ain't playing. Out of all them people that he done got out there, old Stevie boy, he ain't playing. He gonna deport these people. He gonna deport them.
Yeah, that's an evil dude there, bro.
Yes, sir. He ain't one of them ignoramuses and stuff. That other boy, he got some smarts on him. He gonna deport these folks. I'm telling you, if they don't expect them to be deported, I'm looking these people in the eyes, Ted, as I walk out and do my shopping. I look at them. I say, "Yep, there's one right there. There's one over there. There's one over there. Y'all gone. They getting rid of y'all. They getting y'all gone."
Yeah, yeah. Instead of them, I don't know. I have no idea, man. Because
They are hiding, Ted. Most of them have gotten their little thing together and they're getting ready. They got a plan to go in hiding. They run away from these fools who trying to come and get them. But they just don't know that this boy's serious, man. He got him a plan. After Trump won, he started implementing his plan then.
well, right now they only have 20,000 ICE people, and they got to get funding to get more people. But then I'm hearing, I don't know how true it is, they saying they can't even get people to work for ICE.
That
The
may be true.
recruitment is down.
That may be true. But I guarantee you, Miller gonna find a way to get somebody to do his bidding for him. He gonna pull somebody in there to do it. Cause guess what? He got them crazy fools sitting down there on the border states and everything, them sheriffs down there who ready, willing, and able to join his group. And guess what? Trump just released 1,500 of them summer guns who probably be way willing and able to join whatever they want to join. He got some folks. All them 1,500 people he done just pardoned, they ready. You can call them up. We got a job for y'all. And they ready to do it. And you're going to be paid for it. The government going to pay you. He got them a force already. And they got their friends out there, back up in them daggone woods, them rednecks up in them woods and stuff, who've been piling up their guns and stuff for a long time. They ready. You're going to get some more people, I'm telling you. And they ready to deport these fools out of here. They want their country back. The fight is beginning. The fight is beginning.
What you think about that? He bypassing the 14th Amendment.
He gonna have a difficult time getting rid of that birthright thing. But you know, Daddy Trump, he gonna violate it anyway.
They got lawsuits already, bro.
They got him, but that don't mean nothing yet. He gonna violate that baby, because they're gonna have. Because Ted, most of them
That's
don't have.
lawsuits.
It is, I know it is, but he gonna get them out of here before they can do anything. Because guess what? They done got the Congress and just passed a law. I'm sorry, excuse my French people again. I get ready to cuss. They done passed a law now that allows them to throw these folks out of there. And some Democrats and stuff and everything signed on to it. Did you see that law that they just passed?
Yeah.
28 Democrats signed it. Said, go ahead, throw them out, because he said we're going to get rid of the criminals. Now, how do you determine who the criminal? So they can say, well, you broke the law and everything, and you done lock these folks up and throw them out of this country.
Well, we gave billions away because of lawsuits under Trump administration.
Absolutely. Hey man, these folks and stuff. They think they got rights and stuff and everything. By the time they rights and stuff get ready to be done with or whatever, they're gonna roll these people out of this country already. They're gonna be in a foreign country while they sitting there still fighting this daggone lawsuit. And guess what? Trump ain't gonna slow down. They ain't gonna slow down. If they get caught, all they're gonna do is get their hands slapped back, and maybe a few of them get out, but there'll be 300 or 400 of them, or a couple thousand of them, that's gonna be going out the door before that stuff happens, before they can do anything with them. They don't have enough attorneys. And you know, Daddy Trump, he don't feel no compassion at all to hide his hand, do this little crap and hide his hand. I didn't know it. We didn't know it. Well, they over in another country. I'm sorry. These families out here don't have the money to fight these people, because once they swoop them up, they got to go through a court system, and these people are getting ready to slaughter through the court system. Woo! So anyway, what's up? I'm tired of talking about Daddy Trump. I'm giving him too much of our time.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, think about this. We've been talking about this man for what, 6 years now? 8 years? Probably more close to 8 or 9 or 10 years, constantly on so many people's mind of the craziness. But they have allowed it. So my thing is, don't talk about it. Now, you got to talk about the policies. You got to talk about the budgets, and you got to talk about what Congress is doing, what senators are doing, what their agencies, his administration is doing, and that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But his little wacko chaos coming up with all, was that today? I think it was today. I haven't been watching the news, but it said that he did a rally right there in D.C. today.
I didn't hear about that, but go ahead.
Yeah, at the one of the major centers there. So, Capitol Center, and 20,000 people showed up. Those was his supporters, the one that showed up for the inauguration. But did you hear the story about so many people was upset because they was ready to stand outside and watch the inauguration?
Yep, I heard that.
People spent hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right. And
they wanted to go to all the parties.
And they didn't, and he let them. He didn't care about them, and didn't even acknowledge them that they was out there. But that's his modus operandi, Ted. He does that to people. gets you all strung out, and then he leave you out there hanging, dangling in the wind, and he's okay with it. Almost like doing the when they had the election going on, and he was out there in California, out there in the Coachella, and brought all them people out on buses out there to his rally, and it got dark, and he left all them folks out there, and he drove away. And they had to walk 10 or 15 miles to get to their car. He didn't care. And no
Did
people
you
still
see?
they
Did you
still
see
voted
that he
for him.
didn't put his hand on the Bible?
No, he did what?
He did not put his hand on the Bible.
Oh, he didn't.
Melania was standing right there with 2 Bibles in her hand. His hand was down while he was doing the oath. He didn't have his hand on the Bible.
That unclean Philistine. That unclean Philistine. So when they asked him, well, you supposed to join the Constitution, he said, well, I didn't put my hand on the Bible, so you can't hold me to it. Oh man, it's fun, Tim. I think we're gonna have to start making a joke out of this fool because that's the only way we're gonna be able to tolerate it. Anyway, the DNC, Ted, is supposed to be trying to elect a new chairman.
Yeah, I heard that little speech.
And the only one they had some kind of a forum or call-in session yesterday, and they had those candidates and stuff and everything in the forum. And I guess they gave the people who were calling in a chance to talk to and them to answer questions about what they had planned on doing. I did not know that old Jamie had resigned. I thought they had forced him out, but they said he resigned. I thought he was, well, I didn't. He was only in there for a year, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the heck happened, but he did resign. That's what he said anyway. But anyway, the only one that I really knew was O'Malley, the governor, ex-governor of Maryland. The rest of them people, I had no idea who they were. One of them was the Democratic chairman for the Wisconsin. Another one was the Democratic chair for the state of Minnesota. And they had, I think, one black lady and stuff there. And the rest of them, I had no idea who in the heck they were. Never heard of them. But I do know
all of them speak. And
yeah.
The one from Wisconsin and the black lady, she's an educator. We talked about them, and I think the one from Wisconsin, he's got a lot of good ideas about reaching out to everybody and all that kind of stuff. But who knows? O'Malley is the well-known past governor, ran for president, and all of that. And he's very sensible and very low-key. I don't know if he has the energy. And that's the only thing I can see. I mean, he knows a lot of stuff, but will he reach out to everybody? Will he go out and make sure that these people... The one thing that this black educator said that we need to educate the masses about what is going on. We need to go out to the red states. We just can't just do New York and California. So I like what she said, but they're not going to elect her. That was a waste of time for her. But at least she said that, hey, I'm putting my ring
throwing her hat in the ring.
Yeah, putting her hat in the ring. Then you had some kind of security guy who worked as a security, high security, and he worked for a couple of administrations. So who knows, bro?
Whoever they picked, they got their hands full. They got a job to do. Whoever they pick, whoever it is, they got a massive job ahead of them. Massive. They've already started asking for money already. They dipping in our pockets again and everything. We need money. We need money. We need money.
Well, that's what these people do, man. That's what they do. It's all about the money.
All about the money. All about the Benjamins. They want their cash. Can't do nothing unless we got some cash. Can't do anything unless we got some cash. People got to start donating to us. Well, I think that well probably done dried up for a while as far as the money is concerned, unless there's some diehard folks out there. I still wanted to find out what happened to my girl, Michelle. I didn't. Was she at the inauguration or not?
No.
She didn't show up. Has she came out yet and said why she didn't go to the show or to the funeral?
She's busy.
She was busy. I would think that at some point in time, girlfriend would come out and say something about, because I know they got a whole lot of folks out there speculating about why she didn't come. They even got folks out there talking about her and Barack getting ready to get a divorce.
Really?
Yes. They're getting a divorce. She done left a vacuum out there, and I don't believe that's true. I have no idea, but these folks out there are saying all kind of crazy stuff. They're Barack getting ready to get a divorce because he's there and she ain't. I don't believe it, but that's what they're saying. So when there's a vacuum there, people jump into that vacuum man with all kind of stuff. But I guess she probably figured that she doesn't care what they feel or what they say. She had to get over what the heck happened. Because, all
Hopefully she don't owe nobody no explanation.
she put a lot into that election. She put a lot of herself in that election, man. She had some powerful speeches and stuff and everything that came from her heart. And I believe that election and stuff just tore her apart. And she just hasn't came back from it. Some of us have, but she hasn't. That's what I believe. That she has not been able to swallow what the heck is happening. And I don't think that her husband has a choice. He has to show up as the past president, but she doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
She doesn't. So that's what I believe. That she just hasn't gotten over that. It's just too much. She put a whole lot of herself into it, and for that to not to happen, I don't know. And I see that our ex-vice president, has moved out of the vice presidential home and headed back to California, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't really been keeping up with her. She's been sort of kind of doing her VP duties.
Mm-hmm. Well, they had a little picture of her and her husband and stuff getting ready to head back to and one of the writers and stuff for the Washington Post, Jonathan Capehart, had an article about her and what she was doing. I didn't read the article because after my boy Bezo did what he did, I haven't really did anything but look at the highlights of his newspaper. I don't want to give him a dime of my money. Not one quarter. And I know he doesn't. It ain't gonna hurt him. He got enough money.
Not a bit.
He got enough money where he can say, Ed, kiss my behind. I don't need your little pittance and stuff and everything to keep my paper going.
He got enough money to last him
He
a
got
million lifetime.
he got enough money, as my old folks used to say, to burn up a wet mule. The old folks say they got enough to burn up a wet mule, so they got a lot.
Well, let me just say this here. Here's the thing. You know, the big thing right now for the business people, if they can keep that job market up to 162 to 165 million people working, that's their only concern here in America. 162 to 165 million people. So everything else, you know, because it's not going to go much higher than that. So that's what they're going to be looking at. What is the job market? Now it's going to be some hit and misses. That job thing will go up 6, 8, 7%. But they're going to be looking at how many people is actually working in this country, because you got to have the people working. And when I say people, I'm talking about because when inflation is 4%, that means the black community is 9 or 10% unemployment. But when they look at that, that's what they're going to be looking at, and they know they got to keep them people working some kind of way in order to keep the people. When I say people, the white folks in line.
Mm-hmm.
So
what about Wall Street? What are they
Wall
looking for?
Street right now, they don't know, bro. Some of them is talking up, oh yeah, you know, because they went up 300, 400 points since he's been in office. Just
But not
these
as
last
much as
few
they
days.
expected. But not as much as they expected it to go up.
I don't know if they expected to go up any higher, but the point is that we're still talking a high rate, you know, over 43 million, 43,000, I'm sorry. So the thing is, they want to break records, what you just said. They want to go 45, 46, like that, you know, and even as high as 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
So that will, now what's going to happen, because he got rid of all those regulations,
Mm-hmm.
that might be a fact that it might happen, because he put down a whole lot of regulations and let people do what they willy-nilly. I mean, there was a setup for AI to regulate AI. He got rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
And Bitcoin, we don't even want to talk about Bitcoin because he's talking about the American government going to be putting money into Bitcoin now. So it's wild, wild west, bro. That's what I look at it. I look at it as wild, wild west. A lot of these entrepreneurs, business people, stockbrokers, money managers, a lot of them is loving it because it might be opportunity for them to make money. I mean, the people that make money, you know, already making money. They know how to make money.
Mm-hmm.
But you got a lot of these middle groups and lower groups. They looking for opportunity now, and the opportunity is gonna go amok. IPOs gonna grow like crazy. All kind of IPOs gonna be start showing up, which is gonna create money flowing into these companies, and then people got to be employed. So that's how it works. So we'll see. I'll give it. You know, I have to give it 2, 3, maybe 4 months.
Mm-hmm. Well, I see that his wife and I think a couple of other people in his family became instant billionaires and stuff, man, with that Bitcoin crap. As soon as that stuff hit, man, they got Bitcoins named after Trump and his wife. I said, that's got to be the Well, if people, I guess if it's a benefit and everything to them, they somebody gonna start buying their coins then, huh? As long as people buying their coins, they're gonna become profitable.
Well, if they trust the dog, that's fine. Trust the dog that he ain't gonna bite you.
Hmm.
But you know,
They got it. They sure got them after their name. They got one a dollar. They got a dollar sign Donald and a dollar sign Melania. They got their own bitcoins now. So he did what he had to do. He wanted to put some money in his pocket. So if they do run him out of there, he ain't got to worry about
we're
nothing.
talking about big money too, bro.
Oh yeah,
We ain't
big
talking
money.
about no penny ante, few $1 million and all that stuff.
Oh no, we talking about a lot
We're
of money.
talking billions.
I told you, as soon as they came out, man, they were instant billionaires. People started putting that money into that. They were instant billionaires. As soon as they did it, put it out, put their coin out there, they became instant billionaires. Instant, $1 billion worth $1 billion instantly.
Evil
he
may
gonna
roam, but evil will get caught.
he gonna bankrupt this country just like he did Atlantic City. He getting ready to bankrupt us, but ain't nothing we can do about it. Them people wanted it. You got what you gonna get. He get ready to
Got what you
bankrupt
gonna
us.
get.
He gonna get ready to bankrupt us. And now I don't know what my folks gonna do. He getting ready to bankrupt us. And we can't stop him. Anyway, Ted, final word.
I'm looking forward to the weekend for the football.
oh, Ohio State, man. You know what, Ted? I forgot the game was even on yesterday. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it was on, man, until after it was over with. I
Notre
didn't.
Dame got
It was so much. It was so much talk about this knucklehead and his inauguration going on that I had forgotten that they had the game. I missed the whole game, but
What I
I
did
got.
was I listened to Martin Luther King's speeches
Mm-hmm.
till the game came on. And it
What?
does something for you, when you
Yeah.
hear his speeches and
Yeah.
watch some of his actions and stuff like that. It sort of
Yeah.
kind of take you back.
Yeah, and to see one of the coaches and stuff, or the team and stuff, in the championship game was a black man,
Yeah. So
Marcus
it was
Freeman.
it
Marcus
was good.
Freeman.
It was good. I mean, we've come a long way. So I heard those. They said there was a rally or a march several days before the inauguration, and thousands of people was marching up and down the street saying we're not going back. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Uh, One of the people, you ever heard of Malcolm Nance?
It rings a bell, but I'm trying to place it.
Well,
But
whenever you get a chance, Google. This dude he used the word, we need to be defiant.
we are. At least I am. I'm defiant.
So, um, when you have time, if you have any time, you can look at some of his YouTubes. I mean, this dude he's a bona fide spy. He knows all kind of languages. Black guy. He's military strong, bro.
Kind of heavy set.
He ain't heavy set. He's a little short guy. He couldn't be no more than 5'10", 190 pounds. But he's a bona fide spy. He knows his stuff when it comes to all of these other countries.
I think he's been on a lot of these media stations,
Yes,
MSNBC. Yeah,
absolutely.
he's
Yeah,
been
he
on
goes
there.
on
Yeah,
all of them.
I've seen him then. Yeah, I didn't know his last name was Knight. I thought his name was something else.
Nance, Malcolm Nance.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've seen him on a lot
So
of these shows. I've seen him
he
on Rachel Maddow's show. I've seen him on a lot of those MSNBC shows.
he comes on
Yeah.
Stephanie's Miller's show all the time, every week.
Oh, okay. So because she's on at night, isn't she?
Now
11
she has
o'clock.
a radio show.
She had a radio show. Okay, I thought she
Yeah.
had a show at night.
No, you're thinking about somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But Stephanie Miller, she's well, I don't want to describe her because it wouldn't be fair. But what I'm saying is that he's the real deal, man. He's the real deal.
Oh yeah, I've always been impressed by him. I've always been impressed by him. If the same guy you're talking about, that I'm pretty sure I've seen him. I've always been impressed by him. He's always came forth and everything with some straight factual information and and he seemed to be very knowledgeable and stuff about what's going on out there in the world as
Oh
part
yeah,
of what the CIA has done and what a lot of those government agencies, National Security Administration has done.
absolutely.
And when they had that big thing and stuff when Trump first got elected and everything, when they had the that guy over in England and stuff who was oh man, what's that guy's name? But because they tried to do something to him. They tried to prosecute him and they didn't believe what he was saying about what the heck was going on with Trump. Anyway, Malcolm and stuff, I knew the guy personally. And he was saying some things about what the FBI and stuff was doing with him and how they were pulling the information out of him and how they were Trump folks and everything were trying to hide him and not let the American people know that what he was saying was true. So they covered that crap up real quick. Anyway, we all done then, huh?
Yeah, unless you got something else you got to say.
No, I want to talk about some sports here and everything about what was going to be coming on, but we got some time here. I got some time to talk about old Jalen and Jaden.
Who?
Jalen and Jaden.
Oh my goodness.
Jalen and Jaden.
Wasn't that a sad story?
Not really. I don't think.
Are you talking about the Ravens?
No, I'm talking about Jalen and Jaden.
Are you talking about the DC quarterback?
The DC and the Philadelphia quarterback, two black quarterbacks, going to be playing in the NFC Championship game. Jalen and Jaden.
Who you think will win?
Man, I'm scared of Jaden, man. That little rascal. I'm scared of that little rascal. If he breaks free, if he get out there and start clowning on them people, man, and start throwing them dangerous passes, throwing them passes on the dime down that field, they in trouble.
That boy is a wizard, man. He's a wizard.
Yeah, man. If he gets into a rhythm, man. If he gets into that rhythm, it's all over. If you get into that rhythm and they can't knock him out that rhythm, oh, that boy can get dangerous.
He is a wizard, man. That dude is a wizard. I mean, it's amazing, you know, and his players love him to death, man. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's gonna be a sight to see.
However, the running back, what's his name? The boy that came over from New York, Shaquan or something like that.
Jaquan Bradley. Bradley, yeah, Jaquan Bradley or Jaquan something, yeah, Shaquan.
That
Right.
dude, he ran 2 over 50 yards.
He from Penn State.
That boy.
He's a Penn State
I
product.
thought King Henry was something, but man, he is. New York, man? What was wrong with them? Getting rid of that boy.
I told you, man, Philadelphia has a knack of getting those running backs and everything and making them look great. They get running back. 3 years ago, they got that running back from the Falcons. He didn't hardly do nothing with the Falcons, but as soon as he got with Philly, man, he went hog wild out there. And I think what it is and stuff too is that Philly people really underestimate their offensive line. Them boys can block. They remind me of San Francisco's offensive line when Walsh was the coach for the 49ers. They had these small offensive linemen, tackles, guards, and centers and stuff and everything, and they could block their butt off. Philadelphia, I'm sorry, has that same mentality and stuff as far as the offensive linemen. Those boys can block. And if you look at each one of those runs that guy did, and even the one that Jalen ran, and he ran for a touchdown. Them boys, they showed the blocking and stuff on the man, and he was excellent. When Shaquan ran that one for them 60-some yards, man, they showed their blocking. And hell, the boy got through the hole, man, and then nobody touched him.
No.
And there wasn't nobody around to touch him.
It was
They didn't touch him. They had one defensive lineman. They had one defensive lineman. He reached out at him and he ran right by him. He had his arm out. He ran right by the arm. And that was the last.
He kept running and trying to grab around the waist. You ain't gonna get him on his legs.
Well, he reached out to try to get him, and the boy ran around it, and that was it. He didn't get touched anymore. He ran over 50-some yards. Nobody touched him. But they wasn't even around him. He had to slow down and show him the ball.
That's why I said I can't wait. I can't wait.
Just that blocking, man. You got those
two games gonna be epic because we're talking Kansas City and
Buffalo.
Was it New York?
Buffalo.
Oh my goodness. That Buffalo quarterback, man, it's a tough dude, man. He's a tough dude.
I remember when Josh Allen was in college, he played with Arkansas. Him and his brother. He was a quarterback, and his brother was a quarterback at Arkansas. He wasn't that tough and stuff then and everything, but he was okay. But he didn't play nowhere near like he is now. He just matured. Once he got into the pros, man, he matured. He just grew by leaps and bounds. And he's kept Buffalo in the running and stuff ever since he came there. And they've been up there. They didn't hardly make it to them championship games and stuff, but he kept them boys up there. They had the potential. So we'll see what happens, man. They still got to go to Kansas City, man, and I don't know if they're going to be able to, depends on the weather.
Depends on the weather. Not going to bother them in Buffalo. It's just that they're not going to have the home advantage.
It's a different kind of cold in Kansas City than it is in Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah, it's a different kind of cold.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different kind of cold.
What is the difference, Ed?
Who? Huh?
What is the difference?
It's a different kind of cold. You ever been up to Wisconsin and up on the
Wisconsin? Yeah.
Up on the Lake Superior area?
No.
You ever went up to Lake Superior area up there by the Lake Superior? They had a college up there called I forget the name of the college, but it's sitting right there on Lake Superior. And when we played basketball, I played a game up there, and it was like 14 below zero, but we can walk outside, man, with a jacket on. 14 below zero, and we had a jacket on, and we were warm. That's what I mean by a lot of times there's a different type of a cold.
Okay.
I mean, you would never believe it, man. People walking outside with just a jacket on, but it was on that lake. There was something about the air coming off that lake and how the temperature and stuff met you and stuff, that it did not bother you that much. Anybody, any place else, we'd have had to bundle up, man, and have the big old heavy coats on. But we were sitting right there on that lake at 14 below zero, and we could walk around that place and it wasn't cold. We with a jacket on.
Mm.
A different kind of cold. That's what I mean by different kind of cold. Same
Okay.
thing happens over there in Kansas City. They got a different type of a cold than Buffalo do. Buffalo got a cold and stuff where it's snow, a lot of snow. But Kansas City, that cold will bite you. You don't remember a lot of those games, man, when Kansas City and Oakland used to play them championship games and stuff, man, them cold and stuff and everything, how cold it got up there in Kansas.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was that cold, man, is cold.
But I
Man.
never really looked at it like that, you know, because to me, cold is cold.
No, man, it's a different kind of cold. Some of that cold, man, would cut through you.
Like that Chicago Hulk.
Oh yeah, that one that cut through you too. That gets so cold, man. The icicles be hanging off you. Now that Green Bay cold is cold. You get to Green Bay outside.
I was going to go to school in the Twin Cities in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
And they was riding me around and showing me the city, right? And I looked at they said, look at those tires. Those tires are frozen to the ground, bro.
Yeah.
I said, I ain't coming here. And then they took me to this, in Minnesota, what they have is, they have all these ice sculptures. And these people are outside just making sculptures. Cold as it is, they're drawing ice sculptures. I mean, they were gorgeous.
Oh, man.
That's what they do, bro.
Yep. When I was working in this particular job, I worked for a company, General Mills, and they had a plant down in Kankakee, and they sent us up to Hennepin Park to have a conference and stuff. Man, we used to go up there to Hennepin Park, man. It was, man, it'd be cold out there. But I think what they had and stuff there was that they have an area and stuff like where everything is down in the dome. You don't go outside at all. They got all these stores, restaurants, and everything and stuff, and everything's on their dome. And a lot of these businesses on their dome. You don't even have to go outside at all.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Target. That's where their major corporation is, headquarters. And so we went downtown, and everything, you know, building to building, they got bridges.
Right. You don't even go outside.
You don't go outside.
You're inside, right? You're inside all the time. You don't have to go out. You can. Only time you got to go outside, but when you go home, you get in your car and go home.
That's it.
Yep. Anyway, people, talk to you guys later. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.